One of the most peculiar things I've come across is that how many Christians are bothered by images like this. A lot of times on my lives, I'll have an image like this in the background and people will tell me, hey, take that down. My Lord's not on a cross and things like that. But yet they have zero problems with an image like this or displaying crosses anywhere. Zero problem. But without this, it really has no meaning. I think some have started to see this as like a sign of weakness or losing or something. People have told me, boy, he came down off that cross like this happened. But Jesus coming down off the cross was more like this. Now, of course, we all know the Lord resurrected, but let's look at what the scriptures say about the death of Jesus. In 1 Corinthians, Paul said, I determined not to know anything among you except Jesus Christ and him crucified. Paul said, we preach Christ crucified, and it's foolishness to the Greeks. Now, that's important because most of our Western culture is based on Greek and Roman philosophy. And the cross can seem like foolishness. How did dying on a cross do anything, right? I mean, that's what they say. But look at this. Paul said he's been crucified with Christ. That's very important. I even have a bracelet with a crucifix on it that shows Christ crucified. That's one of the things it reminds me of, is that I've been crucified past tense with Christ. Even the Lord's Supper, taking the bread and the drink, is announcing the Lord's death. Again, we know the resurrection is very important, but so is his death. It's through his death that you have life. You've probably never thought about this as a miracle, but God in human flesh died. In a sense, God died. That's a miracle. He is life. He's perfection. But yet he died and was taken down. His flesh was removed from the cross and he arose from the tomb. He didn't arise from the cross like some people seem to think. I think people need to definitely meditate on this a little more. And if this image bothers you, you might ought to ask yourself, why? Let's look at the effect it had on a psychic. Now, see, the importance of this clip, which has made the rounds, a lot of people have seen it, is that a psychic or a medium listens to familiar spirits or demonic spirits. So let's see how first they were answering questions about other subjects.
You had mentioned you had had a UFO experience.
Yeah, but I was 13 years old. This was another thing, too, that had happened to me. We were playing, a bunch of us kids, we were playing baseball.
Pretty normal, right? What you would expect. Let's see how she reacted when the talk turned toward the crucifixion.
Have you tried to look into religion at all? Such as the crucifixion? You have? Do you not want to talk about that? Okay.
So we know the devil doesn't like this, all right? So as you're seeing what the Lord did for you, let me pray for your needs, whatever they are, be it physical, emotional, financial. Jesus knows. The Lord knows what your needs are. So please don't worry about putting them in the comments and saying my elbow, or my finances. He knows. Don't miss your appointed time here. Just close your eyes and relax. Let him minister to you. Enjoy his presence, okay? Father, in Jesus' name, I just thank you for your grace, your peace, and your presence coming upon this person right now. Thank you for your love. Thank you for the love that put you there on the cross, Lord, in Jesus' name. In Jesus' name, whatever the problem is, whether it's a demon, whether it's a disease, whether it's debt, divorce, poverty, distance in relationships, whatever the issue is, in Jesus' name, everything from the kingdom of darkness go. In Jesus' name, everything related to the kingdom of darkness, directly or indirectly, leave right now. Thank you for your grace, your peace, and your presence coming upon this person in Jesus' name. Everything not of God, go. Be healed, be made whole right now in Jesus' name. Now just continue to stay relaxed. If you got your eyes closed, continue for a few minutes. Just spend time waiting on him, waiting in his presence. You may feel some kind of things going on, tingles or cold or hot, or you may not. But just relax. See how things are now when you open your eyes. See how things are now. Test things out and see what happens in the coming days. Please give us some comments. Let us know what happens. Also, if you'd like one of these prayer cloths, check out the comments. I'll put how to get one in there. Well, if you made it this far, you must be a real one. We're having our meetup on August 23rd, 2025 in Franklin, Tennessee. More information to come from that, but just to give you a heads up, next month, August 23rd, Franklin, Tennessee. Hey, hope to see you there.